Ladies and gentlemen, news on the home front. Magic Kingdom has received a prestigious award from TripAdvisor, named one of, if not the biggest winner of all theme parks, of all amusement parks. It is the amusement park top pick for TripAdvisor Travelers, as voted on by them for 2020. It's a big celebratory atmosphere, knowing that the Magic Kingdom has received this prestigious award. It's kind of funny, though. I mean, as great as it is, you guys, that Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom in particular receives top honors. I'm like, well, for 2020, so are we rating that based off of the first 2.5 months that the park was open?
Yeah.
Is that what we're thinking about here?
Yeah,
I guess so.
I kind of think the whole thing is kind of silly to begin with, because last year was Islands of Adventure, and this year it's going to be Magic Kingdom, and it's just like the parks haven't really changed. Both parks are basically the same as they were last year, so how has that really changed? I mean, I guess it's all comes down to voting, right? But yeah, it's just kind of a weird.
I think people were in quarantine for so long that they wish they were in Magic Kingdom versus Island of Adventure.
Sure.
I don't know. Something more magical, I guess. I think Islands of Adventures is pretty magical too. But
so do you agree that Magic Kingdom takes the top spot? Is that an appropriate for it to be?
Yeah.
I guess.
Much hesitation in that. Wow.
Like,
well, because I have to put aside my feelings of like, I have Disneyland out here, and I personally think Disneyland has much more magic than the Magic Kingdom does. Mm-hmm. And so, but I know that a lot of people are going to love Magic Kingdom because that's their like home park, right? Like,
sure.
And so I get it, but I also just think that Magic Kingdom just feels very corporate to me.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. And I like other theme parks out there better than Magic Kingdom, but I have a different perspective than most people, I think.
And Disneyland is far more intimate to a lot of individuals that tend to visit the original Magic Kingdom, and certainly, things like Tokyo Disneyland and Disneyland Paris all have some unique hallmarks that make people think like, wow, this could definitely be a contender. I think all those Magic Kingdoms, really do vie for that top spot. Maybe not Hong Kong. They kind of went the cheap route and they're trying to make it better at this point.
Right.
That's probably one of the more diminished of all the parks in terms of just trying to replicate the success of everything else. But what do you think, Garrett? Home Magic Kingdom Orlando. You excited to see that take the top spot for the parks in the world?
Hey, as long as it's Disney, I'm happy. But I agree with Tyler. Disneyland is far superior. Overall, you can just compare one thing, and it's better. Compare the thing you first see, which is the train. The railroad. The railroad at Disneyland is far superior. You can compare that and boom, it's already over. So I'm happy that Disney won. Kudos to you on being on winning, even though you've only been open 4 months of the year. But still, a win's a win. Like Disney's gonna be playing. All we do is win, 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 no matter what.
Wow.
So congrats to you, Magic Kingdom. But in my heart, Disneyland will always win because there's nothing quite like the original. Often replicated, but never, or often duplicated, never, whatever. Disneyland's better than Disney World.
He's so well read, let me tell you. Islands of Adventure slid to the third spot for 2020 on this list. Rounding out the top five were Puy du Fou of France at number 2, Disney's Animal Kingdom at number 4, and Universal Studios Florida at number 5. And then we also saw Disney's Hollywood Studios at number 12. Very interesting.
That's not even a full day park.
I know. Yeah. I think that like 2020 probably should have been a year that they just took this list off.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem to really matter right now. There's a lot of things that have changed, a lot of things that are radically different in the theme park universe that have never been done before. If a park is open, period. So it doesn't seem fair to rate these parks this year.
I'm just surprised that Hagrid's just opened, so I feel like more people would want to go see Hagrid's and Islands of Adventure than Magic Kingdom, because nothing new opened at Magic Kingdom.
Right.
So I thought that would give it one step ahead, because they have a brand new ride, and it's all cool, and who doesn't love the Seuss train?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. Anyway, so
I love it.
I'm just surprised that with the 3 months that they had open this year, that they were the number 3 spot, you said?
Yeah.
So I'm that's weird with a brand new ride. which is an amazing ride. So
I think we can. I think we can all agree though that thank goodness Hollywood Studios did not crack the top 10.
Seriously, that I would have been like so confused if it was like number 5.
It'd be like,
I'd
what?
Why?
Wait, why? This list means nothing.
But like, you know, what does that say? That Hollywood Studios has all of these new offerings, has the most like new offerings of all of Walt Disney World. You've got your Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, you have your Toy Story Land, you have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and yet it is still that low on the list. Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was like they were only open like 2 weeks, and then they shut down for quarantine, so not a lot of people got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really kind of tired park, unfortunately, and they built that park specifically because they heard that Universal Studios was opening in Orlando, and they were like, "Well, we got to build our own studio park," and they thought that they were going to film a bunch of movies there and everything. Turned out it was too expensive to film things in Florida. And they just didn't. They didn't evolve it until recently, you know, and I think that's the biggest problem with it.
And who knows, maybe next year when there's been more time to sort of absorb what has occurred in that park and some of the changes that have happened, along with maybe resuscitating some of the areas of the park that have been shuttered due to the pandemic. Maybe it'll rise a little bit rather than be number 12. Maybe it will crack that top 10. We'll see. But I know that Magic Kingdom is sitting high on its throne right now, celebrating the fact that it is TripAdvisor's #1 amusement park in the world.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.